What's up, y'all? It's Silent, the Big Band Boom. Uh, Back with some more info. Uh, Piece of the mothers, the fathers out there. Uh, yeah, I'm fucking with this hat. This hat hard. That's that Malcolm X, nigga. Uh, yeah. Tonight I'm gonna be speaking a little bit on like I was talking about feminine energy. It's masculine energy. Now, I talk about this a lot, off and on, but every more I feel like I need to put on it, right? You gotta understand from a scientific level, right? From biology, science, just science overall, the way that us men act, right? We act a certain way because in some cases we supposed to act that way, right? A man is supposed to be a protector. A man is supposed to live his life on edge, right? Because if you live your life on edge, that means that you are ready and prepared for anything that may happen. If you don't live your life on edge and you just think everything in life is the way it's supposed to be, then you're doing something wrong. You have to be ready to go. You got to be trained to go, okay? So we're going to get into it. For the men, the chiefs, the gods, we supposed to develop ourselves. So we come here to earth to redevelop ourselves and become the man that the woman designed us to be. So what I mean by that, the woman designed us to be the defenders, be the enforcers, and be the ones that are logical in nature and of nature, right? So we supposed to defend her, defend our children. We are the sacrificial lambs to the woman. Whatever the woman tell us we need to do, we have to do it. In cases of survival, not just any old shit, in cases of survival, in something that's real life, life threatening. We got to do it. Because as men, this is what we are designed and put here to do. Right? Defend the woman and enforce her orders. So if a message need to be delivered to a tribe across the land, if she tell us a message need to be delivered, we got to go deliver that message to the tribe across the land. Because she gave us the orders, now we have to go enforce it. Right? This is what we supposed to do, because sometimes if motherfuckers don't get it from a feminine perspective, you gonna have to send the men in. And we ain't coming to play games. We ain't coming to be all soft and okay, well, this is what's gonna happen. We don't come like that. We gonna enforce that shit, meaning we gonna force your ass to get it in the stand. And if you don't, then well, you gonna get your shit split. Period. That's just how we move. That's just how we operate. We ain't taking no for an answer. We ain't gonna sit and play with you, negotiate. We ain't gonna do that. That's just what we do. Because that's what we were designed to do. A woman ain't supposed to defend herself from no man. No. We supposed to defend our women from another man. A woman is not called to go to war. She ain't supposed to be in war. We supposed to be in war. When you think of a guerrilla warfare, you don't think of females, you think of men. Us. We are part of guerrilla warfare. We have to step in and be like, okay, if these motherfuckers want to get to her, they gonna have to get through us. And there's a lot of us around this motherfucker. They gonna have to get through us. They gonna have to peel some caps. They gonna have to, nigga, do some shit. You gonna have to get through us to get to that woman. Or get to our motherfucking kids. This is what you gonna have to do. Cause if not, nigga, you lost. What Kevin Gates say? He say he don't get tired. Nigga, we don't get tired. So, it's real shit though. If the more them niggas keep throwing shots over our way and doing they shit, we gonna keep coming back. We ain't gonna get tired. We not. We is not gonna get tired. That's why they make all these sorry ass historic stories talking about we waved the white nigga. We never waved no white flag. What the fuck is y'all talking about? That never happened. Why are we gonna wave a white flag for? Why are we gonna quit for? There's no reason for us to quit. Y'all are trying to invade our land, take the woman off her throne, then you gonna try to kill and eat our kids. Do some weirdo shit. We not about to wave the white flag, because if we wave the white flag, we giving you that advantage to fuck over our shit, and we ain't about to do that. So this is why when we get into the chiefs, this is why a lot of certain chiefs have cold hearts. See, you think by having a cold heart that's bad. No, that's that warrior in you. Because if you don't got a cold heart, then that means you ain't gonna defend shit. You gotta have a cold heart. Because you gotta know when to fuck somebody up. And not give a fuck after you do it. So you gotta have a cold heart. You gotta have that in you. And that shit is genetically in all the chiefs on the land, in the ones of the land. It's in you. So this is why, like myself, we develop and we work out. A lot of us learn how to fight, or we already know how to fight. We know how to shoot. We know how to nigga stab. We know how to do a lot of shit, because this is what we are designed to do. You're not just doing it just to do it. You're doing it for a reason. Like me, I be carrying knives and shit on me. I don't know why. I've been carrying knives on me for 4 years. Never knew why. Then I'm like, oh, okay, because nigga, what you is? Real shit. I got a big old Japanese knife, nigga, in my motherfucking bag. Got littler knives. I got knives all around me. I like knives and shit, you know, but yeah, we like that for a reason. Because we are here to defend the woman. We are here to enforce the property that was stolen, right, from the woman. What you see Rod Hayes doing and others doing, telling the truth, Rashad Jamal, whoever you see telling you that shit, we telling you this shit because we are enforcing. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to listen to a woman talk her shit. They don't want to listen to it because they don't care. A lot of these men be like, oh, see, that bitch don't know what she talking about. You know, that's how niggas think. So when you hear a man say it and he know what he talking about, then you go, okay, damn, ooh. You still might get motherfuckers that be like, oh, he on some bullshit, but you gotta listen. Right? So this the same as I'm saying in war. They send us to go do the dirty work. Right? Now you got us enforcing the knowledge, enforcing the understanding of who we here to defend and what is the purpose of it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, an officer is an enforcer. It's the same shit. They enforcing laws that does not, you know, deal with the righteousness of the people. Right? They're not righteous laws that they enforce, right? But they are enforcers. They using our shit. Enforcers. You know, so this is what you get. Right? So a man is supposed to be wild and supposed to be dangerous in a sense, and supposed to live on edge. Because by him living on edge, that means he's prepared for what's to come. Right? I mean, he know what he gonna have to do. Right? I live on edge. Right? I expect the best. I hope for the best. I know the best gonna come, but I also know that the worst can come just as much as the best can come. I know anything can happen. That's just common sense. You know? So you get a lot of people that criticize men for being the aggressors, because you got some that ain't even really like that. You got some niggas out here that straight up bitch made. They ain't gonna bust a grape. But they try to pit on that persona and that aura like but they ain't gonna bust a grape. They just talking themselves up a storm. But the real men, the real aggressors, the real enforcers, these are the ones that's supposed to be like that. They supposed to have that mindset of, nigga, I don't give a fuck what happened, nigga, it's wartime. They supposed to have that mindset. We supposed to be like that. We supposed to have that type of personality, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. We supposed to be like that. Because if we don't, then we off our path. That's why I talked about, people think just because you spiritual, you got to be a nice person. I don't know where the fuck they got that from. Just because you spiritual don't mean you got to be nice. Being spiritual makes you more aware of what's around you. Okay, I'm aware that this world we live in is not the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm aware that people have their own egotistical thoughts for themselves because of their emotions that they don't never express or deal with. Okay, television, tell lies to my vision, right? You got people that's putting on masks that's, you know, portraying to be somebody that they not. You feel me? That's what being spiritual does. It allows you to realize who you are. But it also allows you to realize that you really ain't as fucked up as you think. And you're not wrong for a lot of the ways, in some ways of certain things you did or certain ways you thought you really wasn't wrong. That's what I realized. But everybody got their own perception. But that's just what it is, though. Right? You talk about like I said, a lot of people not being what they say they is. You got to go back into the Joker, right? You remember the Joker from the Batman? The Joker ain't nothing but a personality, right? You know how we say if pain was a person, that he would be it, or if happiness was a person, she'd be it. That's what it is. The Joker is a personality manifested into a physical form. People won't take you serious if you being real. Right? They ain't gonna take you seriously because you being real. Oh, that nigga corny. Especially the day we live in now, they ain't gonna take you serious. But if you act like a clown and you pretend to be somebody that you're not, they gonna give you all the attention. So this is the same with the Joker. When the Joker dressed like a normal person, like himself, people didn't notice him. They didn't pay him attention. They treated him like shit. But as soon as he started to act like a clown, act like a goofball, and look crazy and weird, just when people gave him all the attention because of the way he looked. Right? So you got a lot of people that pit on these personas being somebody that they not because they want some attention. Right? A lot of people are afraid of being themselves because they believe that being themselves is not good. No, you have to be yourself. I'm not afraid to be myself. If a nigga don't understand me, that's on you. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. It's something wrong with them that they have to address. It ain't got shit to do with me. People have their own perceptions of how they think you should be. And if you ain't the way they think you should be, then they think it's something wrong with you. No, nigga, it's something wrong with you. I'm just a reflection of what you want to be. But you just don't have enough guts to be it yourself. Right? So, you talk about people trying to be something that they're not. This is what you get with that. But tying that back into what I talked about the man, us men, we are here to enforce, defend, and be the ones that carry out the mission based off the orders that was given to us by the woman. The thing about it, we come to a world to where we think that being respectful towards a woman is like it's corny, right? Or you are given the terms square, right? When you have a respect for a woman. 1% of that could be true, another percent of that could be false. There's nothing wrong with respecting a woman. But what could be wrong is by you respecting a woman that is not respectable to herself and to you. If somebody don't respect yourself, why would you respect them? If somebody don't respect you, why would you respect them? That don't make sense. So, I can understand from a point of, you don't understand who she really is and you respecting her like she's somebody, but she really ain't a nobody. I can understand that. But if she is a woman that respects herself, carries herself like a woman, you don't have no choice but to respect her. You have no choice. Because otherwise you're going to look like a goofball. So you have no choice and no reason. Well, you have no reason not to be respectful. If she's a woman, right, you have no reason not to be. You know, and in some cases you have no choice. You know. Because most men don't want to give all the power to the woman because we all been brainwashed in this patriarchal bullshit. We all think that the man is the leader and the woman is just the assistant. But if you reverse it, the man, we are the assistant and the woman is the leader. That's the truth. Right? But we lack that understanding and lack the knowledge of that because we call up in the bullshit. This ain't about no white man. It's niggas that have drawn us to this point. You know. It's a black hand behind all this shit, you know, but that's another story. But this is what it is. So us men, we are supposed to be the way we are. You know. What make it bad is when we start hurting each other. When we start hurting each other, then that causes a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, right? Because the ones that endure the pain and the suffering is the women, because you know that's their sons out there doing all that murdering. So, when you start to hurt each other, that's what makes it a bad thing. But the only person that can turn that around is a woman. You know what I mean? And that feminine energy in you, once that come online and you know what to enforce, this is when you gonna know what you here to do. You know. Um, for a woman, for her mind, now I can't tell you all about the woman, but I can tell you a little bit about the woman based off of what I know from my own understanding and from my own scientific studies. The woman is not designed, right, to be uh, in a position to where she has to be the enforcer. She's not designed for that. She's not designed to be in a position to where she has to do something that is masculine like. She's not designed for that. I told you. When you looking at the feminine chromosome, it's a double X chromosome. So that's a double feminine chromosome, which makes her made of what? All feminine energy. This is why she got the mitochondrial DNA. Because the mitochondrial DNA is going to tap in to the 666. 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons. That's the solids, liquids, and the gas. When all that connects together, this is when you make plasma energy, which is the highest matter. The same shit that's in the sun, plasma. And the plasma energy, that's the radiation. That's the radioactive frequency. Right? So she got all of that divine feminine energy in her and connected with them solids, liquids, and gases, which is making her the most powerful motherfucker to ever exist. Right? So when you look at the woman, this is why you will know that the feminine energy is the most powerful energy on the planet. Because of the shit that's within her. Now, the Y chromosome is supposedly, they say, is masculine. But the thing about it is, you got to understand that the Y chromosome came from the X. The woman gave a part of her X chromosome to make the Y. There was no Y chromosome before the X. Remember, women was here first. So if women was here first, then where the fuck did the Y chromosome come from? Who made that? The woman. The woman made the Y chromosome. So the Y chromosome is nothing but a, let's say it's a functional reactor to the X. Right? A more functional reactor to the X. Right? That's all the Y chromosome really is. Because I explained this before. If you think about it, there's no really such thing as a masculine energy. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm looking at the chromosomes. A man didn't create himself. A man didn't come from no Jesus, no man. A man came from a woman. She gave him everything he has. So if that's the case, what the fuck is a masculine energy? No, it ain't no masculine energy. It's just we are logical beings. And we provide logic. Right? And we are enforcers, like I said. That's what it is. That's really the truth. All the other shit niggas is making up. Because what niggas think is masculine ain't even really masculine. Because niggas think, because you got abs and you got big ass arms, okay, you masculine. Okay, nigga, but what was you before you had that shit? What was you? You probably didn't even believe in yourself like that. You probably wasn't like that. So now that you got muscles and you got abs, you think you this type of alpha male. That's how you know is that masculine energy shit ain't really what you think. Right? So, um, this is what it is when we speaking on this type of talk, this type of science. You know. Because when you look into your zodiac signs, you remember I told you about your Libra and the Gemini. The Libra is the balance between feminine and masculine. The sign for Libra is the Omega, right? Now, if you understand alchemy, the Omega, or what they would call lead, if it's sitting straight up, then that means death. If it's upside down, then it means life. The reason why it being standing straight up will represent death is because it's representing the physical body. So if you believe that you are a human and you believe that you are the body, then you come accustomed to death. You come accustomed to fear. You come accustomed to anger, right? Manipulation, deception. You come accustomed to all of these physical things because of the way you are believing, your perception, right? The physical body stays in the physical realm, but your soul and your spirit transcends. Your soul and your spirit don't stay here, but your body do. Okay? We know that the body stays here, gets eaten by maggots and shit and all that old shit. We know that. So the body stays here, but the soul and the spirit transcends. It goes on and on into another lifetime. It goes to the ethers. So this is why if you flip it upside down, it would be what? Well, I just said the soul and the spirit ascending, right? But it's due to your consciousness and your perception. If you believe that you are a soul and a spirit living, right, in a physical body that doesn't represent who you are eternally, then this is when you are living. This is when you are elevating. This is when you are reaching the highest form of self, or what they call your highest self. This is what that means. Right? And that's the Libra. It's the balance. You balancing out different perceptions, different views. Right? But it also could be giving you the understanding of feminine and what you would call the masculine, whatever you want to call it. And then you have the Gemini. The Gemini is a air element. It's an air and a water element. The air is masculine, which you would call masculine, or man. Let's say man. The air is representing thought. Thought being Tahuti, right? So, the thought being Tahuti is the logic of the man. The logic of the man is being able to be an assistance to the woman. Right? Because this is why when you see Tahuti, he always writing down some shit. He writing down some shit so he can memorize what was given to him by the woman. Because the knowledge and the understanding of what he needs to be as a man was already given to him. But he comes down here to earth so he can learn even more. He has to get more in tune. So he got to write, like the shit I be doing. I write down a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit I write down. Right? Because I understand where I am. You know? So the logic of Tahuti is being able to learn how to be an assistance to the woman. That's Tahuti. Right? Then you got the water. The water is coming in as basically the melanin. Right? The melanin is tying in to the protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? So once you activate the solid, liquid, and the gas, this is where your mind becomes more activated and more efficient because all the particles of light are all in tune on a radioactive source. Right? So now you have reached the right channel. Now you know how to tap into that energy. That's what all that shit is meaning. So this is why it's important for us to understand and realize who we are and what our duty is as people. Because if you miss it and it goes over, then you ain't gonna know. You just ain't gonna know. So you have to know what's going on. This some real shit, I'm telling you. Right? I ain't been studying that much either. I just start back studying some more today, but you know how it go. I gotta study some more things. But this is the truth. If you don't know, now you know. Right? So we do what we do according to the science and the genetics and how we made. This is why we do what we do. What makes a woman, what can make a woman become a humiliation to herself is by the way she feel for herself. Right? If she feel that she is a hoe or she feels she a thought, then that's just what she becomes because that's what she believes for herself. See, your personality, the outcome of your personality comes from what you believe for yourself. If you believe you a bitch ass nigga, that's what you gonna be. If you believe that you ain't shit, that's what you gonna be. If you believe that you lack commitment and discipline in your life, then you gonna be that. You gonna be somebody that never has discipline and you can't never commit. So whatever you believe for yourself is gonna be an outcome of your personality. Your personality just gonna be like that. Until you change the way you believe and the way you think for yourself, ain't nothing gonna change. I don't look at myself like I'm a human. I'm not human. I'm God. And I say that in all honesty. I don't say that egotistically. I don't say that and I ain't never did no God shit. I've done God shit. I'm still doing it. Yeah, I'm God. I'm him. It's just the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna I'm him. Fuck Jesus. Jesus ain't shit. God was a coward. You gonna see your son down here to get his ass whooped and get killed and get all this shit done to him when you could have did that yourself. But remember, Jesus is the Son of God. Why couldn't God come down here and do the shit that he sent the Son to do? Why he couldn't do it? Because he's a fucking coward. So why the fuck should I put all my trust in a coward? And put my trust in a son that wasn't even ready for what was coming to him. He wasn't even ready. So why should I believe in people like that? That don't make sense to me. So you gotta have logic. You gotta have understanding. That shit don't make sense. You believe in the motherfuckers that wasn't even right within themselves. Oh, but he died for our sins. Yeah, because his weak ass father couldn't defend himself. Couldn't do the dirty work himself. That's why. Somebody had to do it. He trying to stay true to his father's word, and his father don't even give a fuck. He just letting his son get his ass whooped. Come on, man. Shit like that don't make sense. That's why you gotta look into shit. You gotta understand shit. Don't let that go over your head. Think about it. Really think about it. That nigga did all that shit. Nigga, 40 days and 40 nights, that nigga was doing all that meditating. Found out what was going on, came back and got his ass whooped by everybody. Got fucked up and his dad ain't doing nothing about it. Just watching him. Oh, he getting tested. How he getting tested by getting his ass whooped? Come on, man. That don't make sense. So, because you talk about Mary is ISIS. Look into the 33-degree Freemason. You see that woman with that veil over her holding that baby, that's supposed to be Jesus. Right? But the baby in her hand, that ain't Jesus, that's Horus. Right? This is why you hear people be saying, is Horus Jesus? Horus is considered the son of truth. His mama is Isis, the queen of heaven and earth. So that baby in her hand, that's really Horus. That's what it really is. But they don't tell you that. They gonna change the whole script and call her Mary, the Virgin Mary. And the reason why they call her the Virgin Mary is because she represents the Virgo. The Virgo is representing the woman, the Green Lodge. That's the Virgo. The planet for Virgo is Mercury, right, which is masculine. Right? So that's why they call her the Virgin Mary. Mary, the Virgin. Because she represents the Virgo. Now, him being the son of truth is representing the sun. Not S-O-N, S-U-N. The son of truth. But he also is a chief. Right? Because if he the son of truth, that means he wearing the two feathers. Meaning he coming back to stand on truth. Right? And everywhere he go across the land, he gonna tell you the truth. So anytime you try to tell him that the woman ain't God, he gonna correct you. And have the information to make you look crazy. And make you regret what you just said. That's the son of truth. That's what he is. That's why she holding him. Cause he the son of truth. Because traditionally, if you was born with a veil over you, that means you was destined to be blessed. Right? That means that your life was gonna be a blessing to others. Right? If you was born with a veil over you. You know how you have some babies come out and there's a veil over them. That means you the chosen one. That's all that means. That's what being the chosen one really means, because you was blessed in that veil. So that veil over you. It's over you. Which is the reason to why most of us on the land that's from over here, we be wearing hoodies and shit, because the hoodie is like the veil. That's us representing our mama and where we come from. I told you I know my shit. Come on, man. What I got on right now, I got on the hoodie. Because I know where I come from. This is just, this all shit. This some real shit, I'm telling you. Don't let it go over your head. It's real shit. Don't let it go over your head. So, when you're talking about with the chromosomes and the male and the woman, it ties in, right, to what you were meant to be, but you representing somebody while you doing this at the same time. You representing somebody. All this shit I'm telling you is going to tie back to one person, Isis, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. Like Jesus is really Isis. They took the word Isis and made it Spanish, which is Jesus. In Spanish is Jesus, right? Jesus. The J is supposed to be the I. The E is supposed to be the I, right? The S is supposed to be there, but they put the E and the I. Not the I. The J and the E ain't supposed to be there, right? So they erased the real name of Isis and called him Jesus. Jesus. Isis. Jesus. You saying the same shit, but you just putting a different vocabulary over it. So Jesus, Isis, Jesus. But you saying the same person. So now you go back to Jesus being crucified. Now I just told you with Jesus, but the crucifixion of Jesus is also representing the crucifixion of Isis. Right? Because remember, didn't they beat thorns into his head? You remember he had thorns in his head? Jesus, that thorn is really supposed to be a crown. The crown is worn by the queen, Isis. Right? So they beaten the thorns into Jesus' head, basically as a humiliation, in telling you that they took the woman off her throne. Right? Because the cross that Jesus is walking with is really supposed to be the Ankh. The Ankh represents the key to life, or eternal life. Eternal life is given by the mother. Right? Life cannot be made without the woman. So the woman is the key to eternal life. What they did was take the image of the Ankh, cross out the womb, because you know at the top of the unk is the woman's womb. So they crossed that out, took that off, and just put a single cross there. And then gonna hang a motherfucker up in the middle of that motherfucking cross with a motherfucking thorn on top of his shit. Right? They telling you who they really got after. That woman. That's what they telling you. So this is why when you seeing Jesus walking with that cross on his back and he getting his ass whipped and all that old shit, that's a representation of Isis being taken off her throne. That's what that means. And them trying to erase the power of the woman. So that's why I fed you the story that the man took a part of himself into making a woman. That's all bullshit. All fake, foolery, shenanigans, ludicrous. Gave you the story of Adam and Eve, telling you that Eve is the one that tricked Adam into biting the apple from the tree of knowledge. They said a woman tricked a man. That story alone is already letting you know they don't like women and that they don't want the woman to be acknowledged for her power, because they telling you that a woman, out of all people, a woman tricked a man into biting the apple. And this apple made life a living hell, supposedly, an apple. The truth in that story is that Eve was Isis, once again. Eve gave Adam, or Atum, the apple as a way of telling the man that this is your opportunity of building much more of eternal life from now to everlasting. Right? That was the woman. Right? So you looking at what we talk about the chromosomes. So you could say the apple was like the chromosome, was like the Y chromosome being given to the man. That's really what that was. But they turned the shit around and made it like she tricked this nigga into biting this apple that fucked up the planet. Right? Because you remember they said after he bit the apple, she got uncomfortable because she was naked, and this is when she started to cover herself. Now, that don't make... Why the fuck is you gonna give somebody an apple trying to trick them, and then when they eat that motherfucker, you like, oh my God, that don't even make sense. Make that make sense. If you tricking somebody, you knowing what you tricking them for. How the fuck you gonna trick somebody and then some shit happen? You like, oh shit, what's going on? That don't make sense to me. You know, but that's how they tried to trick the story around, change everything around, and tried to make shit different from what it really meant. You gotta know the truth. Because they lie about a lot of shit. I mean, I will read the Bible, even though I don't believe in religion or Jesus. Fuck that, all that is old shit. But I will read it because it will tell you some real shit. Even though they covering it up, putting more on it, but they tell you the truth about some shit. You know, so this is just the truth of this shit, you know. This the shit that a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you. These scientists and shit, they ain't gonna tell you the real on this shit. And why we are the way we are. They ain't gonna tell you. They're not gonna let you know the truth. I want you to know the truth. I don't want you to believe in these lies and this bullshit. You know, you can't fool me with the lies. I know the truth. I know who I am. I didn't study it enough. You ain't gonna fool me with the bullshit. It's not happening. Now, people can make up their own ideologies of what they believe. Hey, that's on you. You entitled to your opinion, but just know I don't believe in that shit. You got niggas out here still saying, "Oh man, Jesus is coming back. God coming back. Coming back to where? Coming back where? Where's this nigga coming back to?" Send Jesus into the hood and see what happens. That nigga go get his ass beat all up and through that motherfucker. Because niggas gonna be like, nigga, you allowed us to endure all this pain and suffering, nigga, and you didn't stop it? Oh, you testing us. Nigga, fuck a test. Why the fuck is we in this fucked up situation? Why didn't you change nothing? Why don't you care about people suffering, people without homes, people that are starving for food? Why don't you care? Why ain't you doing nothing? You always want to hit a motherfucker with a test. Some shit ain't a test. Some shit is just a reality. Not everybody getting tested. Some shit is just what it is. How can one person have all the success and somebody else can't have nothing? Why is it built off of luck? Why do you have to have luck to be able to survive in this shit? Why is it luck? Answer that. A lot of people can't answer that. But you still want to believe God, believe in Jesus, and all that. Man, fuck that bullshit. That shit don't make sense. You gotta make something make sense to that. You can't just go hit me with the dumb shit and then think I'm gonna believe in your dumb shit. I don't. Hell no. Niggas, oh, God wouldn't. You don't even know God. The God that you believing in is a fucking coward. You don't know God. Most niggas don't even read the Bible, nor they even go to church. But saying they know God. How do you know God if you haven't had an experience with God? You ain't never even been tested enough to even know if he exists. So how do you know your God if you ain't never really had nothing God-like happen in your life? That don't make sense. Make things make sense. Did God put you where you at, or did society put you where you at? You just think God put you there, but no, society put you there. That wasn't God. Or you using your own self-will and self-power put you where you at. So you have to be able to know the difference and understand. we have all these religions. You have Buddhism, right? Hinduism. You have Christianity. Uh, what else you have? Judaism. Um, you have all these different type of religions. Oh, Islam. All these different type of religions. If it's only supposed to be one God and one answer, why do you have all these different faces? Why do you have all these different people that's telling you in their own words and their own way of how you should be as a person? Why is that? That don't make sense. A lot of people don't know. The Hinduism, they God is a transgender. Lord Sylvia, that's a transgender. That ain't no motherfucking God. That's a trans. Being a God, being a man and a woman at the same time. The same as the Baphomet, which is a man and a woman incorporated into the same body. Right? So what they telling you is that they trying to play the role as the woman. Right? So they trying to be the woman while being disguised with a masculine frame. So that's how you know they infiltrating. So that's why when you look at them pictures of them Hindu guys, it look like some weird shit you looking at. You see a motherfucker with their head chopped off, or a motherfucker stepping on babies and shit. Some weird shit. That's that Dirty Moore shit. That's the same shit. It's that Dirty Moore shit. That's how you know our shit was infiltrated. Alright, because then they give you the Lord Sylvia, what they would call a cosmic shuffle, right? Standing in the middle of a portal, right? You see how she has more than one hand and more than one leg, right? The more than one hand and the more than one leg is basically telling you the creation of the universe in existence, right? The woman creating man made everything in life and in the universe eternal and everlasting. But Lord Sylvia is a transgender. That's a man trying to be a woman. So what that is the Lord Sylvia, which is the transgender, is trying to incorporate a different philosophy of the universal flow and the matter of the universe, right? Which is what gives you time, right? So instead of everything being the way it's supposed to be in the universe, she trying to, or she is trying to make everything go backwards, right? To where nothing is the way it's supposed to be. You know, man. So, yeah. I'm about to go ahead and get off here. I said enough. I did. We're about to come up on an hour. I'm going to have some more information probably tomorrow on some more stuff I wanted to speak on. I'm going to probably talk tomorrow about um, astrology and zodiac signs, and give you that information that you might need to hear. So that being said, this is Silent Big Bamboo, and I'm out. Peace.